Dear students, I welcome you all to the introductory session of Management Information System. But before we understand the concept of MIS, it is very important to understand what do we mean by an information system. An information system can be defined technically as a set of interrelated components that collect, process, store, and distribute information to support decision-making, coordination, and control in an organization. That means that the components in case of information system collect the data from internal as well as external sources. This data is processed, and the useful information which is obtained, it is stored by the information system for future reference. At any point of time, if anybody requires that information, a request is sent to the information system and the system distributes the information to the required department. These information systems may also help managers and workers to analyze problems, visualize complex subjects, and create new products. Information systems contain information not only about the things or the people within the organization, but also about the environment surrounding it. It is important for all of you to understand that there are three main activities in an information system, that is input, process, and output. Input basically captures the raw data from the internal as well as the external environment. Processing converts the raw data into meaningful form, and the output transfers the processed information to the people who will use it or for the activities for which it will be used. Another important thing is that information systems also require feedback. This feedback is very important, and it is returned to the appropriate members of the organization so that they can evaluate the feedback and make some corrections. This means that if the feedback is positive, that means everything that is done is up to the mark, it is correct. On the other hand, if the feedback is negative, this means that something somewhere is wrong and a corrective action has to be taken. Some other terms which we must be aware about are, one is CBIS, that is Computer Based Information System. Then we have formal system and the informal system. Talking about the Computer Based Information System, the systems that rely on computer hardware and software for processing and disseminating information are known as computer-based information system. That means the computer here is a facilitator which facilitates the job of an information system. Talking about formal systems, these rest on accepted and fixed definitions of data and procedures for not only collecting but storing, processing, and disseminating the data. These systems operate in conformity with certain rules which are already predefined. They are fixed and they cannot be easily changed. On the other hand, informal systems are systems which rely on unstated rules of behavior. That means there is no agreement, there are no rules and regulations. We do not know what is the information or how it will be stored and processed. Therefore, these systems totally rely on unstated rules of behavior. Like the formal systems, these do not have any fixed definitions of data and procedures. To continue further, now we will be discussing the functions of an information system. As I have already told you that an information system contains information about the organization and its surrounding environment. Three basic activities which are associated with every information system are input, processing, and output. These three basic activities gather input, that is the raw data, then process that raw data, and finally produce the output, which is the meaningful information. And this meaningful information is stored in the information system for future reference. As I told you earlier, feedback is an important thing as far as information system is concerned. It is basically an output which is returned to the appropriate people. The people keep an eye whether this output or this feedback is positive or it is negative. If the feedback is positive, we are assured that whatever we have done is correct. But if the feedback is negative, it is a signal that something somewhere is wrong and a corrective action has to be taken. As discussed in the first point, that the information system gives information about an organization and its surrounding environment. Talking about the environment, the various environmental actors are the customers, the suppliers, the competitors, stockholders, and regulatory agencies. All of them interact with the organization as well as its information systems. To conclude, information system consists of two words, information and system. Information is nothing but it is processed data. And system is what? It is a set of components which interact with each other in order to achieve a particular objective. So here, talking about an information system, it is basically a set of components which gather raw data, process that raw data, and convert it into useful output, which is basically meaningful information. And this information is used by the management or the different people in order to take certain decisions. Now, as we've understood the concept of information system, I would like to introduce to you the concept of management information system. Management Information System, commonly known as MIS, is an acronym of three words: Management, Information, and System. Management, as you all know, it's nothing but it is simply the art of getting things done through and with the people in formally organized groups. In simple words, I would just say that management is nothing, it is managing men tactfully. That means, as a manager, I should have tactics to get the work done through people. The various managerial functions are planning, organizing, staffing, directing, and controlling. Talking about information, as we earlier discussed when we were talking about the concept of information system, data, when it is gathered from different sources, that is the input, it is processed and it is converted into output, which is nothing but it is useful information. Third term, that is the system, it is a set of elements which are joined together to achieve a common objective. As you can see in the diagram, I've written input when processed gives output, but this diagram is incomplete without the feedback. Feedback plays a very important role because ultimately it is the feedback which tells us whether the things are moving in the right direction or not. That means whether we have been successful in achieving the right output or not. Therefore, focusing on the definition of MIS, Management Information System is a system consisting of people, machines, procedures, databases, and data model as its elements. The system gathers data from internal and external sources of an organization, processes it, and supplies information to assist the managers in the process of decision making. Dear students, it's very important for you to concentrate on this line, that this system helps the managers in the process of decision making. That means the basic aim of MIS is to facilitate the managers in their process of decision making. I can just sum up or If I want to define MIS in just 2 lines, I can even say that MIS can also be defined as a computer-based system that provides flexible and speedy access to accurate data. And this accurate data is going to help our management in the process of decision making. In the next lecture, we will be discussing the various characteristics of management information system. Thank you.